Good morning, everyone. You are in listen-only mode for the beginning of this call. This is being recorded for future use. There will be time at the end to ask questions of our instructor. Thank you for attending this morning's yoga session where we aim to find our Zen. My name is Ruth Price Rollins. I am the president of the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. And I am delighted that physical and mental health is presenting this program for you. I welcome you to this morning's event. We hope that it provides you with an opportunity to participate in physical activity that will also improve your mental health. I will now turn this over to our Physical and Mental Health Committee member, Jamika Wilson, to introduce today's instructor and enjoy finding your Zen for today. Thank you. Jamika?
Thank you, Sora Ruth. Good morning, everyone. I have the absolute pleasure of introducing my friend and today's instructor, Iris Morales. Iris has a master's in education and has been in the field of higher education administration for 17 years. She is currently the assistant director of student diversity for the College of Medicine at Northeast Ohio Medical University. She is also a 200-hour certified registered yoga teacher, also known as YRT, with the Yoga Alliance organization, and is level 2 certified Reiki practitioner. Her most favorite quote is, "Be kind, for every person you meet is fighting a great battle." This quote guides the way that she views and shows up in the world. This leads her to her second favorite quote: "Please take responsibility for the energy that you bring into the space." Iris, I now turn it over to you.
Thank you, President Rollins, and thank you, Jamika. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all today. Today, you'll see that I have a chair, and I really want to meet you where you are. This practice is entirely for you to help you find your Zen. So we'll make modifications along the way in various expressions of the postures so that you can get a feel in your body what feels good and helps you enliven and awaken. You know, as I was preparing for our time together, what kept coming to my mind is rejuvenation and the hope that spring can bring us all. So as we find a comfortable seat, maybe it's in a chair or on our couch, maybe it's on the earth, on a mat, or simply on the floor, just beginning to come into our bodies and into our breaths, feeling supported. We are here today to support both ourselves and this community. So breathing here, if you feel comfortable to close your eyes, I have just a small reading to get us started off. Breathing in. I know that there are 10,000 things that you feel that you must do, but first you should soften into what rejuvenates and reignites you. Softening can actually light the match that burns the burdensome walls that you've been carrying. So what if you simply devoted this time to honoring yourself, to letting go of that which no longer serves you, to finding your breath, to finding the pose, the position, whatever expression serves you today, and finding peace within yourself, in your space. I invite you to devote this practice to yourself, to your health, to letting go, to losing yourself, and to finding peace and rejuvenation. And may that be so. So breathing here, inhale, taking the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the hands right down to your heart space. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, releasing to the heart. 1 more time here, inhale and exhale. We're going to go into a series that we call the joint freeing exercises. It just helps us wake our body up. Releasing the hands, maybe they fall on the knees, maybe they fall in your lap, whatever works for you today. As you inhale, take the gaze up to the sky, and as you exhale, release the gaze, lower the chin to the chest, down towards the earth or your floor. Inhale, you look up. Exhale, and you look down. One more time here. Inhale, upward, and exhale, downward. Back to center. Now taking the right ear to the right shoulder, inhale, extend through the spine, find breath here. As you exhale, that right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale back to center, this time left side. As you exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale back to center, you got it, right side. Inhale back to center and to the left side. And release. Roll the shoulders up and back as you exhale. Inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears, shrugging your shoulders. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Chest is proud. One more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Stay here for just a breath. See if you can really feel the breath in your heart and your light just shining out, just waking you up for the day. And just release, just relax. Extend your arms out in front of you. Maybe you wiggle a little bit just because you're waking up, right? Come to stillness. Palms extend, fingers extend, almost like you're reaching. Inhale here, exhale, flip your palms up. Exhale, flip the palms down. Inhale, flip the palms up. Exhale, flip the palms down. Last one, we inhale, flip the palms up. You got it. Exhale, flip the palms down. Take a moment here, make a fist, roll out your wrists. Oftentimes, we don't spend enough time with our joints, and they keep us active and they keep us moving. Breathing here, your own beautiful breath. And release. Here in your body, whether you're in your chair or you're on the earth, wherever you're at, inhale, your spine is long, like you're reaching your crown towards the sky. Nice, beautiful exhale here. Starting to take some torso rotations. Maybe you just begin to stir the pot a little bit. Whatever direction you want to go in. And maybe you find a spot that feels a little sticky from sleeping, or maybe you've already been on a walk or to the gym. Just feeling in your body, waking it up. If you haven't already, you can switch directions. Just feel how nice it feels to just be present. And when you're ready, come to stillness, and maybe you wiggle a little, shift your hips from left to right, just feeling into your hips. And release. We'll do a seated variation of a common posture with movement and breath, and that's your cat-cow pose. So as you inhale, scoop the chest forward, find your cow posture. Now, if you're in your chair, you'll really want to make sure that you've got your hands on your knees. We don't want you to fall out of your chair, right? As you exhale, round your back, find that cat posture. Tuck that chin into your chest. Inhale, find your cow posture. And exhale, find your cat posture. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Extend your legs out in front of you. You can do this even if you're in your chair. Inhale here, hands lift up. As you exhale, fold from the waist, folding forward. You're not trying to get length, you're just trying to feel your first morning stretch forward maybe for the day. finding revitalization. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly rolling back up. Roll the shoulders back up and down. One big, beautiful inhalation and exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, we're going to do that forward bend. So inhale, the hands reach to the sky, and exhale, folding forward. And maybe this time you find a little bit more space just to stretch a little bit more. And as you're coming forward, see if you can feel the breath in your back body and see if that feels good. Breathing here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Take a minute here to point and flex your toes. Maybe you correlate that with your breath. Maybe you exhale and point the toes. And you inhale and you flex the feet. Exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. While we're here, just as we did with our wrists, let's take a moment and do some ankle circles. See how that feels in our body today. And when you're ready, you can rotate them the opposite direction. Beautiful. And you can bring your legs back to cross if you are seated on the earth. And if you're in your chair, our next location is a seated twist. So we'll inhale, hands to the sky. Before we do that, stay here for your exhale. Inhale to extend. Grab that left wrist with the right hand. As you exhale, just find a slight bend to the right, the opposite side. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale back to center. Bring your hands right back down to your heart space. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reaching for the sky. You know where we're going. Exhale here. One big inhale to lengthen the spine, reaching for the sky. Grab that right wrist this time. As you exhale the next time, find the bend. This time you're bending to the left. Breathing here. What we're doing is we're trying to work the different directions of the spine to help wake us up, help rejuvenate us. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale back to center and exhale. Pausing here for one breath. Inhale, hands to the sky. This time we're going to take that left hand, place it on our right knee, and we'll rotate that right hand back. Take a moment, if you can, if there's no shoulder issues, to lift and roll back, open that right shoulder. Find a gentle twist. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, back to center. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands right back down to your heart. Inhale, hands to the sky. This time, right hand on the left knee. Roll that left shoulder open. Find a twist to the other side. Inhaling here. And we exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And we exhale. We're going to swing our legs around us if we happen to be on the earth. We're finding tabletop now. So our hands will go beneath our shoulders and our knees will be beneath our hips here. So if you're on the chair, you have an option to use the back of the chair in the postures that we will be doing, okay? But if you're on the earth with our wrists beneath our shoulders and our knees beneath our hips, we're gonna take what we call sunbird. So from tabletop here, and actually before we do that, let's do some hip circles just to open up our hips a little bit more. So just as you did in the chair, or on the floor, excuse me, you're going to begin to rotate your hips in one direction and just trying to get out any stuck energy. And again, you can do this if you're standing up next to your chair, if that feels comfortable for you. And then if you haven't already, option to switch directions here, maybe make the circles bigger. Obviously your range of motion and some of the muscles that you're hitting are a little bit different than when you're seated. This probably feels pretty good if you're just getting rolling for the day. And come to center, maybe you swing side to side. And actually, let's do one more thing here. Let's extend the right leg behind us with the toes on the earth, nice long spine, and just begin to rock into that right calf, right hamstring. See how that feels for you this morning. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Release back to tabletop or your variation of tabletop. Swing the hips from side to side. Come to stillness. What we do with the one side, we want to make sure we even out with the other. So extend that left leg behind you, just like you did with the right. Toes to the earth, and begin to stretch into that calf, that hamstring. Hopefully that feels lovely for you. One more breath here, and you're releasing back to tabletop. And maybe again, you sway your hips from side to side, kind of release any of that stuck energy that's been sitting there. Now we move to sunbird. So for sunbird, we'll extend the right arm. And today, maybe that's where you stay. And you're focusing on the core and your balance. And this is good. And if this feels shaky and you want to hang out on tabletop, that is good. You do what is best for you today. Now, if this in sunbird with the arm, you want an additional variation of the posture, you have the option to extend the opposite, in this case, the left leg. Breathing here, 3 breaths, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, we release. Make any movements you need to make to reset your body. One big round of breath here, just in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale. This time extending the left arm, thumb to the sky. Same thing here. Option to just stay right here. If you want a further expression, you can lift that right leg and the toes again point to the earth. Long line of energy from your fingertips all the way to your heel. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And release. You're doing great. Shift the hips from side to side. Make any movements that you might need to make. We're going to try that one more time. Breath with movement. So this time when you extend your right arm out with the thumb to the sky, you can stay right here with your knee as is. That's always okay. If you're extending your left leg, option as you inhale, you extend. When you exhale, bring that right elbow to the knee. In whatever variation is comfortable. Inhale to extend. Exhale brings everything together. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale to extend. And as you exhale, you release. Sway the hips from side to side, maybe a couple of circles. Feeling good here, hopefully. Second side or left side. Left arm extends, thumb to the sky. You know the drill. If you want to take that that right leg out, inhale here, extend. As you exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale to extend, and exhale, releases. Finding a moment to reset, finding your breath. Coming here, moving into thread the needle. For this, as you inhale, you'll take the right arm up. You can certainly do this if you are on your chair standing. It looks a little different. You might want to bend the hips. You'll inhale the right arm up, and as you exhale, you'll bring that right arm underneath the left arm. Okay, that's how it would look on the chair. If you're on the earth from your tabletop, you'll inhale the right arm up. As you exhale, take that right arm in that open space underneath the left, and just, if it's accessible to you, you can release your right shoulder towards the earth, your cheek to the earth, whatever feels comfortable. Breathing here, we've got 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. As you inhale, unhook that arm, bring it right back up, reach for the sky, and as you exhale, release that hand to the earth. Make any movements to release and prepare for the second side. Inhale the left hand up, and as you exhale, take that left hand underneath in that opening of the right hand. Same thing here. And every side is different. So this side may look and feel different than the last for you. 2 more breaths here. And last inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, unthread the needle. Reach for the sky. And then as you exhale, release. Now take your knees to either side of your mat. You're going to go into child's pose. And so you'll take your seat to meet your feet in whatever variance that looks for you in your body, and release maybe your forearms to the earth if that feels good, maybe your forehead. Now, if you're in your chair and you're on the other side of your chair, option to just forward bend and release. Maybe bend your knees. This is our resting posture. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Come to your tabletop position. Again, that's your wrists beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips. We're going to take our first, what we call downward facing dog of the day. So we're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees and our hips, and push back. Let our heels come towards the earth. They don't need to come to the earth, right? I think sometimes there's this common misconception. If they do, great. If they don't, great, right? We're just energizing the body. So taking just 3 breaths here. And again, if you're in your chair or using your chair, option here is to just bend at the hip, and maybe you take a few steps back so you feel a nice stretch, even through the hamstrings and the lower back. Here in our downward facing dog, we've got 1 more breath. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Maybe you bend your knees and slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Coming to our standing posture, we're going to inhale, bring those shoulders up to our ears, roll them back and down. Let the palms fall open on either side. Take a moment here to take stock of your posture. Root down into the earth with your feet in your four corners, as they say, of the feet. Again, roll the shoulders down and back. Your chest is proud. Your heart is shining out. Stand in your power. With the spring, there is hope. You're finding your Zen, but you're finding your groove all at the same time, right? So you're breathing here, chest or chin lifts just a little towards the sky. And then bring those hands to your heart. Inhale here, 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Sigh it out. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to the sky. Remember how we did that bend on either side when we were seated? We're going to do that now standing. You got this, but you might find that you have more space and you're more awake and more alive. So inhale to extend. As you exhale, take the left wrist in your right hand. On your next exhale, find a bend. You're kicking out that left hip and bending towards the right. Root down in that left foot so you don't tip over. Breathing here, one more breath. Inhale and exhale, back to center. Inhale, lift the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands right back down to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky. Palms or shoulder width distance apart, second side. Reaching for that right hand with the left, or right wrist with the left hand. And then as you exhale, finding your bend there to the left. Breathing here. This time rooting down into that right foot. You're doing great. One more breath here. And exhale back to center. Inhale, extend, reach for the sky. See if you can find length. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky, shoulder width distance apart. This time take goalpost or cactus arms. See if you can open your chest and press back your shoulders. See how that feels. Oftentimes, if we have seated jobs or desk jobs, we tend to hunch over our computer over time or over our desk. It's good to open up that chest, open up that heart. Few more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Release. Roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe a few shoulder rolls backwards and forwards. Shake out the hands. We're going to do a few half sun salutations, and this can be done with a chair or near a chair, near the couch, if that feels good for you. We'll inhale, hands to the sky. As we exhale, we slowly lower all the way down. And if you're working with the chair, it could be the back of the chair or the seat of the chair or the floor, whatever works for you. Inhale, and we do what we call a halfway lift. So our back is flat, our hands are on our thighs. And breathing here, 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Fold as far down as is comfortable for you in your body. Maybe that means you bend your knees a little bit because that feels nice. 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Completely releasing your forward fold. As we inhale, back to halfway lift. And as we exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, root to rise. And exhale, hands at heart center. And we're going to do that little flow, that half sun salutation, just a couple more times, but we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit to help us keep that glow and keep that revitalization and that rejuvenation and find our Zen. So we're inhale, hands to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, hands to the sky, reach for the stars. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then we inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. 3 breaths here. Big, beautiful inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Then exhale, sigh it out. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands to the sky. This time, as you exhale, step that left foot back, find a bend in the knee. We're going to go into what we call crescent warrior. So your legs are on 2 different tracks, right? And the left knee is going towards the floor here. Option, you can drop your knee all the way to the floor. Now your hands can rest, whether you're in crescent warrior and you're up off the floor, they can rest or not. You can rest your hands on your thigh, or you can do cactus arms if you want to open up the chest, or you can have your hands reach for the sky, whatever works best for you. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one here, inhale. Listen carefully. As you exhale, make your way to that knee on the floor. Place your left hand on the earth. Option to stay here, or option to reach that right hand towards the sky and find a little twist. So again, your right foot is on the earth, your left knee is on the earth. And then if you opt for the twist, that right hand is reaching for the sky. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Lower the hand. Find your tabletop from here. And then maybe a few circles. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Lift the hips. Press back. Find your downward facing dog. Breathing here, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. This time, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Take a few moments here in ragdoll to take opposite arms to opposite elbow, finding a little inversion here. 2 breaths, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, release. Inhale brings you all the way back up, and exhale, hands at heart center. Take a moment to walk yourself to the front of the mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. When you arrive, you're here, you're at the front of your mat. Guess what? We have a second side. We have another opportunity, new hope, spring, right? And maybe this side feels a little different than the last side. So this time, we're going to step that right foot back and find that crescent warrior again. Remember, you've got the option to let that knee drop, that right knee drop to the earth. Always an option if you're near your chair to use your chair to assist you, okay? Inhale, the hands come up to the sky, and you stay for your exhale. Just a few more breaths here. Inhale, maybe you find length in the spine and your arms extend a little bit more. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Release that knee to the earth. Option to stay here and get more of a runner's stretch, or just like the other side, place the right hand on the earth. The left hand tracks up to the sky. Maybe you find a little twist here. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Place that left hand on the earth. Swing that other leg around, finding tabletop just like we did the last time. Breathing here. Maybe you sway your hips from side to side. Maybe you're feeling those hip circles, or that's cool as well. 1 more breath in here. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Once again, this inversion, ragdoll, we call it, opposite elbow, opposite hand. Maybe you bend your knees, breathing here. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, release. On your next inhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. As you come to the top, raise your hands for a big, beautiful breath and hands to your heart. We're going to move into a balanced posture today. Tree is like one of my favorite postures ever. I think it also speaks to spring and new hope, and in that finding your Zen. Always an option, again, to find a wall or a tree as we think about balanced postures. But you're in your standing mountain pose and you're feeling wonderful, all this energy and breath in your body. You're going to root down into that right foot. And then you're going to take the left foot and either bring it to your ankle, to your inner calf, and if you're feeling funky, maybe all the way up into your leg, but watch with care not to place it on your knee, right? So I'm going to hang out on my ankle area, and I'm going to open my hips here. With my hands, I've got options. I can have them at my heart. I can grow branches to my tree. I can put them on my hips, whatever feels good for you today. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The last one, inhale. And exhale. I see some pretty great looking trees out there. Shake it out. Gonna find your balance, find your Zen. Coming to stillness, inhale, roll the shoulders up and down, chest is proud. You have a second side, a new chance. Rooting down into the left foot, you might find you want to keep the posture the exact same as the other side. Maybe you want to switch it up. It's up to you. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here, inhale. And exhale, relief. Shake it out. Great. Awesome trees. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into your table. And lower, knees, chest, chin. We're going to do a mild back bend here, just a cobra. Option here to leave your hands on the earth or to lift them off the earth. On your next inhale, just lift up your chest ever so slightly. As you exhale, release. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift. And exhale to release. Maybe you windshield wiper your feet back and forth because that feels really nice for you. And release it to the earth. Pressing back, and maybe you swing your feet around. We're coming to a seat. We're going to do a variation of boat pose. If you're in the chair, you can do a forward bend if that feels comfortable for you. Just a little something to work the core before we return to the floor as we round out our time together. So if we're on the earth in this way, roll the shoulders back and down, place our hands behind us, and maybe lean back just a little bit. And maybe this is where we stay because this is where we need to be today, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe we'd like to play with lifting a foot or two off the earth. Maybe we're okay with both feet off the earth, and then maybe we're feeling really funky and we want both hands off the earth. Wherever you're at today, 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and release to the earth. Extend your legs long, whether you're in the chair or you're on the earth. Make sure you adjust yourself on your mat if you need to. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Just bending from the torso, not from the back. Wherever you land is where you're supposed to be. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Coming back to center, roll your shoulders back and down. Begin to make your way so you've got enough room to roll back on your mat. Begin to gather your comfort items as we go into our final few resting postures in our time together. If you want socks or you want a blanket or whatever, give yourself that opportunity. A few more postures to get there though. We're going to begin to slowly roll ourselves back, which is another beautiful ab exercise. Take your hands out in front of you. Begin to just slowly release to your mat. And here you are. Bringing your right knee in just for a hug, or maybe your right calf, wherever your body's at today. One more breath. And release that leg. And with the left leg, bring a left leg in. Maybe you give it a hug. You can lift your knee towards your chest if you're seated in the chair. And release the left leg. Bring both legs towards the chest. Maybe you reach up for a hug. You'll want to be careful about that if you're in your chair, obviously. And release the feet to the earth. We're going to do one bridge posture. So rounding your feet down into the earth, your palms are firmly planted on the earth. You're going to lift your hips up off the earth. Your chin will tuck to your chest to protect your spine. Begin to engage your glute muscles. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And slowly release. And maybe you windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Switch sides here. You stay where you're at though. Taking the legs long. Inhale the right leg up towards your torso. And as you exhale, release that right leg across to your left side body. And maybe your foot touches the earth. Maybe your leg touches the earth. Maybe it doesn't. That's okay. You're just trying to feel a nice stretch in your back and in your hips. Twists help us detoxify our body. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and release back to center. Inhale, bring the opposite leg, the left leg in. 1 more round of breath. And then same thing on this side. As you exhale, release that left leg towards the right. Making sure if you can to keep that opposite shoulder, in this case, that left shoulder engaged as close to the earth or on the earth if possible. Breathing here. 1 more breath here. And release. Legs go long. Take the arms out long. Nice stretch there. Point the toes. Maybe shimmy from side to side. Bring everything in like a little ball. Just give yourself a hug because you deserve it for being here this morning, for yourself and creating this lovely community. And extend everything out long again. And 1 more time, bring it all in. Another hug. And release. And now you're going to find your final resting posture. So whatever comfort items you need to get comfy for just a few minutes. Palms can be facing up if that's comfortable for you. Eyes are closed. I have just a reading to take you into your few minutes of relaxation. Letting go, I whisper, it's okay to release. Letting go, my body says, thank you, back to me. Letting go, my mind settles, finding a silence so sweet. Letting go, I feel my body welcoming in peace. This feeling of centeredness, grounded and ease becomes available at any time. I'm willing to let go and I'm welcome to release. So just a few moments here in silence. And begin to come into your breath. Feel the earth, the floor beneath you. You are supported. Begin to move in small ways, fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. Maybe a little smile. Then you're ready to roll to one side. And before you begin to rise, if there's anything left that no longer serves you in this moment, big, beautiful inhale and exhale. Sigh it out, release that which no longer serves you. And as you come to your comfortable seat, with your hands to your heart, know that this is a time of spring and hope and awakening. And you have done a wonderful thing for yourself today. I pray that you have peace, and I pray that you take that peace out with you into the world. It has been an honor to be with you today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Iris. That was amazing. We want to thank you for your time today. Before we let everyone go, we would like to know if anyone has questions for Iris. We have a pretty good group here. So we're going to ask that if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will take a few minutes. We have about 5 minutes to get some questions in for Iris. So we'll look into the chat. We're getting a lot of thank yous. This was great. And I agree. I almost fell asleep in that last pose. So, and then I have my soror Crystal, who's going to help me kind of watch the questions that are coming in as they're flooding in for the chat. So, 1 second here.
I will say this, the postures at the beginning, the joint freeing series, we call those yoga poses, but let's be honest, it's stretching, right? And I feel like oftentimes when we think about yoga, we think that we need to get on the mat and on the floor and change our clothes. And that is great, because that takes us to a whole nother experience and kind of changes our mind and gets our mind right and centered, if you will. But some of those postures that we started with, I do those intentionally, specifically when I don't know where everyone's at on their yoga journey. And I do that because I want you to know, and you know this stuff already, but I want you to know that those movements exist for you to do at your desk at work when you're having a really hard day. And you can feel the stress just calming in your body, right? And so some of this stuff I do just as nearly a reminder for you to know that it's accessible to you at any time.
All right, we have our first question, which you kind of touched upon, but what is a quick 30-minute Zen relaxation method at your desk?
Beautiful. So, that's perfect. Yes, it's like I read your mind. That joint freeing series at the beginning, like we were talking about, which is you're in your chair and your long, beautiful spine, head up and down, gaze up and down, neck side to side, ear to shoulder, palms up, down. You can do we didn't even do arm circles. You can do arm circles, right? As long as you don't have injuries to any of those areas, you know your situation in that way. If you're in your chair, you can take your feet out in front of you, flex and point your toes. You can stretch your legs out, hold on to your chair. Be careful if it has wheels. But those types of things are certainly things that you can do. There are certainly chair classes that they offer too that you can modify. And we didn't get into all the warrior 1, 2, 3, all that jazz. Other postures that you can do with the chair too. So yeah, some of the things that we did at first. And honestly, in my opinion, you want to be able to incorporate breath and awareness of the breath, because breath is so important. That oxygen is so important for our bodies and getting our muscles to feel awakened and our mind to feel awakened. So incorporating in part of that 30 minutes, what we did when we intentionally say inhale, exhale, it's not that we don't know to inhale and exhale. Our body does that all the time. We have to do it, right? But we forget to be intentional about it. So any movement like those that I shared, if you can be mindful about thinking about incorporating, breathe, take a deep breath, open up your chest to breathe, round the back, feel the breath in the back, and you can do that anywhere.
All right.
Iris, the next
ahead.
question is, do you offer in-person classes?
I am just getting back into the swing of things. I was at a couple of different venues prior to when COVID originated. And then when COVID came in for a while, it was pretty stagnant. And then I did some classes virtually, like I got the opportunity to do with all of you today over the past, 2 years it's been now, right? And just now I'm getting back into doing in-person classes, and where I'm starting is at Neomed. They have a recreational facility, and that's one of the places I was at before. But if you have interest in knowing where I will be, if you want to give Jamika, or if you want to drop it in the chat, whatever the facilitators think is best, I'm happy to reach out to you and email where I'll be.
And what we'll do is we'll email it out to everyone that registered your email address, so they can keep in touch with you. We have time for maybe one more question, because I want to be respectful of everybody's time. It is Saturday. So what are some good poses, postures for winding down the day?
Well, Shavasana, that last pose, of course, is a good one. One of the ones that I really like, and we didn't do it today, is called legs up the wall. And you really don't need any props. You don't even need a mat. It's comfortable to have. I have a wall over here, so hopefully you can see it. Can you still see me?
No, you're kind of off. Okay.
So what you would do is scoot your side up against the wall, and then you would place your legs up against the wall. And if you don't have a wall, if you happen to have a block, this is nice too. You can lift your hips up, place the block underneath you, just as though you're pressing your feet against the ceiling. What this does is allow the blood to run in the opposite direction. And it feels really nice if the entire day, you're the other direction, right? You can also do that without a block. So legs up the wall is nice. Another posture that we didn't do is called Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. So you lay flat on your back and then bring your soles of your feet to touch and release them. And for me, like having my knees go all the way to the floor, like that's never been accessible. It's probably not going to be accessible. So what I'll do is put pillows or blocks underneath my knees to support it. And it just feels so nice because it opens the hips. That feels lovely. And that's one of the reclining postures that we often do. One last one I will share for you that's nice is if you have a stack of pillows, I'm going to simulate, or a stack of blankets, you can let your legs go long, scoot your seat up towards the edge of the pillows, and open your chest and just let your arms fall. This opens your heart. Why is this important again? Because oftentimes we have a tendency over the day to just roll into ourselves. And so that kind of opens up your heart. And it's also very relaxing. For those postures that I mentioned, I recommend at least 3 minutes, 3 to 7 minutes, ideally, to just lay there. Those are some good postures that are not too invigorating, that you get in a situation where you might not be able to sleep.
Awesome. Thank you, Iris. And I know we didn't get to all the questions, but again, we are going to email out, wrapping up here. So thank you all again for attending today's event. You will receive a link to complete an event evaluation. And we truly appreciate it if you can take some time to just share that feedback. If it was an awesome class, Just let us know any notes or anything, any takeaways. That would be awesome. We're also going to email out Iris's email address. So the questions that didn't get answered today, maybe you can personally email her and she'll be willing to answer those questions for you. So we hope to see you again at our other events, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.